Hello students, today we are going to do with the topic magnetic field of a long straight solenoid. So we need to work on the magnetic field of a long straight solenoid. Now when we do with the solenoid, you should first understand what is the basic meaning of a solenoid. Suppose if you take a long wire and you just coil it in such a way that the length is comparatively much more compared to its diameter. It means the diameter is very less but the length of the wire is it's too large. Then we call this as a solenoid. Now what is the general condition of a solenoid? It is being seen that inside the solenoid the magnetic field is usually uniform. Uniform means the magnetic lines of forces are parallel and they flow inside the solenoid, but outside the solenoid you will find that the magnetic field is weak. It is not that strong. Okay, so we will be considering a portion of a solenoid. Our condition is to find out, this is an application of Ampere's circuital law, and you all very well understand what is an Ampere circuital law. Ampere circuital law stands for that the magnetic field, that is, or we can call the magnetic flux density around any closed path. You have to consider a closed path. It is equal to mu0 times the net current flowing through the area that is being enclosed by the path. And mathematically we have got the condition that the closed integral of B vector dot dl vector is mu0 times the current flowing through it. So we need to find out the magnetic field of it, and in order to find out the magnetic field, let us just draw a portion of a cross section of the magnetic field. So we have taken a solenoid. So this is a cross section we have taken of a solenoid, and we consider the magnetic field. The magnetic field is just passing from this direction to this direction, and we believe that they are uniform. It means the lines here are parallel. Okay, so in order to this is the lines of the magnetic field inside the solenoid. This is the direction of the magnetic field inside the solenoid, and outside the solenoid if we consider, this is cross. This is cross. We all understand cross means it is perpendicular to the plane inside the plane of the paper, and this side it is all with dot. It means the magnetic field is coming outward. Okay, so this is all with dots, right? Now we will consider a small portion of the solenoid. We will consider a small portion of the solenoid. Let us consider, we have considered a very small portion of a solenoid here. Now this let us assume this is A, B, and this is C, D. A to B, B to C, C to D, and then finally D to A. So we have got, if you look into your figure, we have taken a very small portion, and since we are doing with the line integral, so we have taken a line integral into 4 different line integrals. You can very well see one line integral will be from A to B, the second one will be from B to C, the third one will be from C to D, and finally the last one will be D to A. So we will be applying the Ampere circuital law. What is Ampere circuital law? We all know that closed integral of B vector dot dl vector is equals to mu0 times the total current passing through it. Now in this condition we are going to, this is a closed integral, so we are going to take by part, which we have taken the condition A to B. Now just see A to B, the direction of the magnetic field and the direction of the line integral is in the same direction. So we have got B vector dot dl vector can be written as B dl cos theta. So in this case the theta becomes 0 degree. But if you get to see the line integral for BC, this is another line integral BC, and the magnetic field is in this direction. So in this case they are 90 degree. But if you get to see this one, then this we generally ignore because it is outside and the magnetic field is very less, so we don't consider it, because magnetic field is 0 at points outside the solenoid. This is the condition. And here also the same things, it is 90 degree, cos 90 degrees becomes 0. So what exactly we find that the line integral which is accountable is only A to B. So let us just write it in the configured form, in the form that we can understand. So we can just write closed integral of B vector dot dl vector can be written as equals to, this is from A to B, B vector dot dl vector, plus then this is from B to C, B vector dot dl vector, plus D to then C to D, C to D, B vector dot dl vector, and plus this is from D to A, and this is again B vector dot dl vector. Now what exactly we need to do next? We need to just take the angles for all this. So we can very well write here, we can, if we want, we can write it here also. And for A to B, B vector dot dl vector can be written as equals to A to B, B dl cos 0 degree. Okay, this is cos 0 degree. So we will consider this. But from B to C it is B vector dot dl vector can be written as equals to B dl cos 90 degree. Cos 90 degree is 0, so this becomes 0. So, and then we have the condition, this is from B to C. Then we have the condition from C to D. C to D, B vector dot dl vector is equals to 0. Why we have got? Because B vector is 0 at points outside the solenoid. So we have the condition B vector dot dl vector is equals to 0 because B vector is 0 at point outside the solenoid. Okay, so again we have got from D to A, B vector dot dl vector is equals to B D to A, this is B dl cos 90 degree. Cos 90 degree, this becomes 0. So we have got these conditions. Okay, so let us substitute everything in this and let's see. So here what we get, this is not there, this is not there, and this is not there. We are left out only with this. And for our convenience we'll take, or let's write closed integral of B vector dot dl vector is only, we are left out with A to B, B dl cos B dl, because cos 0 degree is equals to 1. So we have got this condition, and since here we take BS out, and we will consider, so this is B, we take it out, it is A to B dl, and this whole part we take it as x. Okay, so we have taken AB as equals to x, that is the distance of A to B. Okay, so but we have to apply the Ampere-Circuitor law in order to find out the magnetic field. In order to find out the magnetic field, what we are going to do, we take n as the number of turns per unit length of the solenoid, per unit length of the solenoid, right? So in this category, the current, if we take, the current will be what? It will be I is equals to N I naught. I naught is what? I naught is that is the current which is flowing through a part of it. So if we consider the whole, then it becomes x, sorry, this will be multiplied by x because we are taking for the total current. So this becomes, because mu 0 I, the total current enclosed by the body, we have taken this as the number of turns per unit length. So in order to find it out, we are multiplying this is by x to get the value of this as total as equals to current. So let us substitute in this equation. We have got Ampere-Circuitor law, B vector dot dl vector is equals to mu 0 I. So here instead of this we are going to write Bx, and instead of this mu naught, the whole current is what we have got, N I naught x. So finally we are getting this value as equals to B equals to mu 0 N I. B equals to mu 0 N I naught. Okay, so this is the final equation which we are getting. B equals to mu 0 N I naught. N is the number of turns per unit length and I naught is the current passing through it. And suppose if we want to find out the magnetic field at the ends of the solenoid. So if we want to find out the magnetic field at the ends of the solenoid, then B end can be written as half of mu naught and I naught. So the magnetic field at the ends of the solenoid can be written as half mu naught and I naught. So this is something very, very important that we need to understand. So this we once we understand this part, the magnetic field due to a long solenoid, we can easily do the numerical problems. In order to do the numerical problems, we need to know the formulas correctly. If we know the formulas, we can apply and get. Now suppose if we talk of toroid, toroid is what? Toroid, when we take this solenoid and just wrap it in the form of a circle, so it becomes a solenoid. So solenoid in this case, where we have taken the total length as equals to bx, it will be 2 pi r. It will be simply, instead of x, we will be writing 2 pi r. So b into 2 pi r will be same as equals to mu naught I, and then finally substituting again the same thing, we will get for that also, we'll get an equation b equals to mu 0 and I naught. That will be for the toroid. That will be for the toroid. So I hope you have understood the class. You must have understood how we can find out.